Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to talk about Marisha Ray entering the physical boxing arena. Why? Why is she doing this? All right, so let's define our terms. So, first of all, Marisha Ray is, she is a voice actress. She is the most famous female Dungeons & Dragons player in the world. She is a member of Critical Role. And she is, in my humble opinion, some people might say that Laura Bailey is or Ashley Johnson is. In my humble opinion, Marisha Ray is the most famous female Dungeons & Dragons player in the world, right? It's up for debate. People could say otherwise. This is my humble opinion. All right, so she is Matthew Mercer's wife. Who's Matthew Mercer? He is the greatest dungeon master in the world, and he is a D&D canon author, with 2 books written and 1 book promised. All right, and he wrote Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, and he wrote Call to the Netherdeep. I can never remember if it's Call of the Netherdeep or Call to the Netherdeep. But both of them are fantastic, and he is the creator of a D&D canon setting, which is Exandria, which is where Legends of Vox Machina 1 is set, and where Legends of Vox Machina Season 2 is set, okay? So that story is about a canon D&D setting, right? So Marisha Ray is now entering the boxing arena. She has announced that she is going to physically box, actually boxing, the sport of boxing, exactly what you think. Jake Paul did it, and, Logan Paul did it, and Muhammad Ali. Those 2 guys are pretty much the same thing. Logan Paul and Muhammad Ali, both great boxers. I've seen Logan Paul box more than I've seen Muhammad Ali box. Although I did meet Muhammad Ali in person. That's a story for another time. I'm incredibly blessed. I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, and he is native to there. All right, let me stay focused. So Marisha Ray is going to physically box, right? Why? Well, she has a stated public reason. I do not care about that stated public reason, and I don't believe it, right? All right. So actually, let's put it this way: I believe that box is gonna be checked, right? She has a stated public reason why she's gonna box, right? But here's the thing: I've been around, and you've been around, right? And anybody of power always has. There's the main narrative, and then there's the meta narrative, right? People who are powerful and rich. And Marisha Ray is both. She is quite literally a millionaire now. Perhaps I'm wrong about it. She has 2 seasons of a streamed show, and she has her own show where there are. Actually, I don't need to wonder about this. There's at minimum like $30 million that have been connected through Kickstarters to Critical Role. So there's a lot of evidence that Marisha Ray is a millionaire. And she's a celebrity, which means she is powerful, right? And the one thing I've learned is that powerful people, right, they move forward with actions. Perfect example is Elon Musk. He went on SNL. Oh, why? So he could make people laugh? Box check. That ain't why he did it, right? And if you think that Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live to make people laugh, you definitely are not paying attention. Right, and go take a look at all the reasons that people think, the meta reasons, the meta narrative that was being told by Elon Musk when he went on Saturday Night Live. So I ain't even going to list the public reason that Marisha Ray is entering into boxing. I don't care about it. I think it's a box that's going to get checked. It's not the real reason, right? And when you look at powerful people who have celebrity and wealth, there's a main narrative for the muggles and for the public, and there's a meta narrative, right? So why is Marisha Ray right now entering the physical boxing ring? I think, this is my humble opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion, right? Here it is. It is to show physically that we have to fight in this life, right, for the things that are valuable, and we have to be willing to take we have to virtually fight. And I think she's going to show this by physically fighting, right? But I think her meta narrative is that anybody connected to D&D is going to need to fight for it virtually, right? Not physically, right? No one on the D&D side is saying be gone anything, right? We're not asking for destruction the way Orc is asking, the way Orc under the D&D Be Gone banner is promising destruction, right? We don't do that, right? So I think she is physically fighting to remind us that we will need to virtually fight for Dungeons and Dragons, and that we have completely left the space where D&D is ever going to be safe again. And we've had two groups in 4 decades come saying exactly the same thing, come promising D&D be gone, and saying we will never, ever, ever allow a dungeon master to a person to identify as a dungeon master, and we will never allow anyone to buy, own, read, run, or watch Dungeons and Dragons, right? And that's the difference here. Is D&D was like, hey, we'd like to change the OGL, and the OGLers, the OSR, and the orcs said, we would like to end you. And not like, we promise to. We are going to embrace the D&D Be Gone banner, the same words shouted from the streets in 1983, Satanic Panic, we will now shout in 2023 under the 2023 Manic Panic. And we are promising you that we will not allow anyone to buy, own, read, run, watch Dungeons and Dragons. We promise its destruction under the banner D&D Be Gone. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them deny the words. Don't let them try to wash away thousands of tweets, right? And I am, and like, it's hard to get news on this because nobody's reporting news on this. I think this is literally already being started to be shouted in the streets, and I think it will definitely be shouted at D&D Be Gone. It's definitely going to be shouted at conventions this year, and there are going to be people under castigation, contempt, and judgment from the orc, the OGLers, and the OSR. That's my humble opinion. And I'm saying it because I don't want you to be surprised when you pull out your PHB and you are immediately under castigation, contempt, and judgment. I don't want anybody under the persecution of the orc, those under the specifically those ones under the banner of D&D Be Gone. I don't want you guys to be shocked when this happens, and I don't want you to be hurt. I really don't. I don't. I do not take a group of people coming and saying, "Hey, this is America. Guess what? You don't get to buy, own, read, run, or watch this," right? And I don't like revisionists who, when plain proof that there is a promise to destroy Dungeons and Dragons has been shouted by thousands of people, I'm gonna stand by and watch the revisionism happen, and I'm not gonna let the gaslighting happen. I'm keeping a record right here, all right? All that's my humble opinion. I'm very eager to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.